It's been a long day every day since I started existing. Hello! So it is Sunday night, and I just finished my video. I don't think I'm gonna make a thumbnail because I don't have to. Nobody's the boss of me. But yeah, so my hands feel most of the way better. I'm going to keep doing stretches and wearing my braces and whatnot, but they're much improved at this point. I'm gonna get back at it. I don't know if I'm gonna get any writing done tonight or if I'm gonna take the rest of tonight off because I did do a whole video and I'm lazy. I thought I'd update you guys. I will let you know how things went tomorrow morning on my way to work, I guess. Yes, dubstep. Why is the fucking shit not working? Also, what is it with you? Stop breathing so much. This car doesn't fog up like this when I'm alone.
My God, you need help.
Breathe less. I haven't done any WASD keying in almost a week. I let you guys see Travis, but like, you can't see it. It just doesn't work that way. And we're about as close together as you can be in a car, so. It's not us, it's you. Get what you get, you don't throw a fit. That's what Peter Mon told me. Hi. Hello, hello. I am on my way to pick up my boss's dog from the vet. She had surgery today. And that is why my angle is odd, because my boss and I drive very different vehicles. So I am on my way clear across town in her big old Jeep. And I'm used to driving a tiny little VW Bug. And it's not like a Jeep, like a off-roading Jeep. It's like a family Jeep. I apologize for the angle. So I had a little bit of a hard time recording this morning because Travis really derails my fuckery into his own brand of fuckery. I didn't really get any writing done last night. Mr. Crowley has an appointment in like a half an hour or an hour. He's got an infection in his mouth. I don't know if he is going to be medically able to take an antibiotic. I have a very real fear of Mr. Crowley needing to be put down today. That is a distinct possibility, and I don't know. It'll crush me if that's the case. So I have already tentatively postponed / ended my Monday night stream for tonight because if Mr. Crowley is sick, I am not okay. But if I don't stream, even if I'm crying, I may write. I've been known to do a bit of crying writing. You would think that after 5 years he's been in kidney failure and they've been telling me that he could die at any moment for 3 now, that I would not be quite as upset by this possibility, but I still am very fucking upset. I'm kind of glad I'm going to pick up my boss's dog because I have this thing I have to focus on instead of thinking about is Travis going to message me? Do they know what's wrong? What are we waiting on? What's taking so long? I have had several people give me ideas for what they do when their hands are acting up, and I do appreciate that a great deal because at this point I'm willing to try whatever. Honestly, I could probably work around the pain. It's the cramping up that I'm worried the most about. But I did so I cleaned my desk. And I need to remember to record some footage of that so that I can show you guys that I cleaned off my desk. But I cleaned off my desk, and during the clean off the desk time, I realized that I have not been using my wrist razor, and my home keyboard is very high lifted because it's a clicky clacky. So it's super loud, so everything's higher. And because I don't have a wrist rest, I think that has actually been making my hands worse. So I'm hoping that adding the wrist rest on will help. I do need to find the one for my mouse because my mouse and my keyboard are so far apart that I cannot dual wield the wrist rest for the keyboard, unfortunately. I'm on my way to work. I woke up with something in my eye. It feels like there's glitter in my eye, but I haven't put glitter on my eyes in days, so I don't think it's that. I am on my way to work. Mr. Crowley saw the vet last night, and we're waiting for blood tests to come back. He definitely has an infection in his mouth, and we have medication for that, so that's good. And he already was a fucking asshole this morning, so I think that the medication's working. We need to see, like, what his numbers are at and everything. My guess is they're going to be bad. He's had kidney disease for 4 or 5 years. He's down to, like, 5.5 pounds. He used to be, like, an 11, 12 pound kid. So things aren't going well, but they're going better than they could be. I have dust in my eye or whatever. It's really driving me crazy. I'm sure my eye looks like absolutely insane. I can't tell. But I went to bed at 8 last night. It was just a heavy day. I went and picked up my boss's dog who had been in surgery, and then I, dealt with all the Mr. Crowley stuff. So it was just a long, very stressful day. So I went to bed. I laid down at 7:45. I was probably asleep by 8. If I'm tired, I should sleep. There's probably a reason for it. My coworker's been sick too, and she wasn't in yesterday, but she was sick over the weekend, which means that I may have come into contact with whatever had her ill. Maybe I was fighting something or something else too. But the fact of the matter is, and then Laura climbed into bed with me and did not fart on me, and I appreciated that. In fact, he was very sweet. He climbed into bed and crawled up like next to me, and then just like stayed like right here and let me pet him while he purred. And then once it got a little brighter outside, we looked out the window for a while because we like to watch the birds. Well, really, to be real, it's the squirrels. The squirrels do it for him. Zuckerbug likes the birds, and Lore is fascinated with squirrels. Although that may change once we have some period of time where we can have the blinds open and like the windows open so that he can like see and smell the squirrels. Because the squirrels really like to come onto our windowsills. So like occasionally Zuck gets to pet a squirrel through the screen, and that may change Lore's tune a little bit. I do have a series actually of work videos I need to edit and put onto a flash drive so that we have it's like a training videos. But I do need to like be off work for some hours to do it. They're not terribly complicated. They're not like corporate videos. I don't have to like give them an intro and a theme song and shit. But I do have to kind of cut them up and make sure that they're exported in a format that we can just play off the flash drive. Well, and the other problem is that I recorded doing things one way, and during that process they told us again that we had done them wrong, even though I've done them specific ways over and over and over and over and over again. Man, I sneezed myself into another fucking dimension. I had shit to do. I don't want to do any of it. But at least I can start coffee, I guess. And maybe I can put my contacts in, maybe my eye will stop bothering me. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I have definitely had things where my eye is annoyed because my contacts aren't in my eye. Fuck! Alright, I'm gonna do my best to be able to use any of this fucking footage, but I just keep crying, so I may not be able to. So Mr. Crowley was sick yesterday. Well, he's been sick. And we took him to the vet, and I got a call that he's not doing well. And the vet said that he would put him down if he was his cat. So I guess that's the choice I have to make. Oh man, this really sucks, and I don't know what to do. They want us to bring them in next week, probably partially because they're booked and vets are hard to get into because there's like 4 vets in all of America. I'm trying really hard to make some sense of this without losing my fucking marbles, and I don't know. I got the call before lunch, and it is now 4 o'clock, and I'm still not okay. CJ's rearranging her schedule, and she's gonna come in on Friday and be there for the weekend. I don't know. Like, There's a lot I want to say, but all of it comes with a lot of crying, and I'm trying not to spend the whole day crying. Also, I don't want his last couple days to be him worrying about me, and he worries when I cry, so I feel terrible, I feel guilty. If there is a way to not feel this way about it. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get through to whenever this is. Right now I'm just so sad. And it's been almost a year and I still cry about Dreamer. And I don't know. It's so hard to think about the fact that you sign up for this when you sign up to get your little baby. But I've been with him since he was like 2 weeks old. My old boss adopted his mom when she was pregnant. And I had 2 roommates at the time. And we adopted all 3 of the kittens. Mr. Crowley's the last one around and kicking. But I started like going and spending time with him when he was like 2 weeks old. And I feel really broken. Yeah, I don't know. Hello everybody. It is Wednesday. It is like 2:30-ish. I'm gonna go home and work on a couple videos for training stuff for the office. It was dreary out until about 20 minutes ago, so I didn't put my contacts in so I could wear my sunglasses. And now it's bright. And I don't like it. So I've got my more serious brace on with the metal bars in it and shit. And that does seem to be helping because my hand got stuck today holding paper. I had a bunch of exhibits for a case, and I was sticking them together by exhibit, as one does to manage that shit. And my hand got stuck holding the papers, and then I started dropping papers, and I don't like it. But I tell you what else I don't like. I do not like the sun. We have scheduled an appointment for Mr. Crowley for next week. Unless something were to change drastically, he will probably be put down at that time. Realistically, I shouldn't be able to say that so flippantly, but I've said it so many times at this point that it's almost hard to cry about it. It's gonna be really fucking hard. It's gonna be like the fucking worst. I'm scared that it's not the right decision, because like, hadn't really considered the option of scheduling my cat's murder. Probably shouldn't put it that way. That's probably just a way to upset myself more, is it not? No, maybe not. I don't know. It's so hard when you're used to not having to be the most emotional person in the world, when there's shit going on and you're like, I'm gonna be really fucking emotional, actually. And that's where I'm at right now, is that, in fact, I am very emotional right now. So, yeah, I mean, I've had about enough of this hand shit. I'm gonna work on this video until 4 at least, maybe later, we'll see. I like to make choices on the fly. If anyone's looking for an apartment, there's one in my neighborhood. Hit me up, I'll give you a number. Come hang out with me. Hang out at my house, watch me do stupid stuff. If I'm at my house, I'm probably doing stupid stuff. Starting up my day. Good morning, good morning. My garage door won't close. I probably hit the wrong button, because I got 2 buttons and only one works. It is Thursday morning. I think CJ's coming in today, actually, because we are supposed to have a small snow event Friday morning, tomorrow morning. And basically, if CJ's traveling from her house to my house, almost always she's just traveling with the weather, which means that she would travel with a snowstorm. And that sounds like a really good way for her to be in danger. So instead, I think she's coming today. I don't know if she's coming this morning or if she's coming tonight, but she's coming. So, let's do some stuff. Okay, number one. Travis was sick last night, and we did game, but he's still sick. He's negative for COVID, but he is sick. Number two, I'm exhausted, and because Travis was sick, he wasn't sleeping, which means he was up all night, frequently eating in our bedroom, and I can't sleep through that. So I got up a few hours ago and went and slept on the couch. Then my boss called. Well, my boss messaged me this morning and said to call her when I got to work. And I was like, I'm running late. Can I give you a call now? And so I called her. And she has been up all night puking. So that's great. So I'm just gonna take care of the next 24 hours, the next 48 hours, as though she is not working. Don't nobody want to be in court with no puking attorney. I tell ya, I am a hungry hippo. I'm gonna go eat snacks at my office. It's time for snacks. I've really been not doing my Klingon lessons like I should be, and like, what am I gonna do if I need my Klingon? Like, this is, am I really that stupid? Do I really think that, like, I can just fake my way through Klingon if I need it? I need to learn Klingon. I don't know the base language. I don't know what that would be. But I don't know that either. So I can't just guess my way through Klingon. I really am a dumbass. Hey guys, it's Friday morning. CJ got here last night. And basically she came in, we hung out for a couple minutes, and then I went to bed so that I could get up this morning for work. So I am now on my way to work. But this morning, instead of going to my office, I have to go pick up my dog friend and take her. She had surgery on Monday, and she has a drainage thing in her arm. So they have to remove the drain. So I'm taking her to do that first. And then after that, I will go to work for the 2 hours while I'm left or whatever it will be. It's been a long day every day since I started existing. I feel very much like a sad panda.
That makes me a sad panda.
So I'm trying to stay focused on being positive today. I cried a lot yesterday. And I guess that's kind of just how it's going to be for the next several days. So I'm just going to cry a lot. I just have to remind myself that it's okay to be sad. Hello, it is Saturday. CJ is here, but she's over there. So she's here-ish. See, you can hear her. She's really here. I'm not lying. Yeah, so I went to write a little bit, and I'm not feeling it necessarily. It's been kind of on and off rough weekend. I don't know. I bumped my knee on Friday, and it shouldn't have been a big deal, but it looks fucking awful. Well, if this bruise was on most people, it wouldn't be awful, but I don't bruise, so. Alright, sir, what do you got to say? You want to say something? Say it. Say it. See, now you won't be all quiet. Ooh, good morning, everybody. It is Monday. What day of the year is it? I don't fucking know. It's March. What, 6th? I think it's the 6th. So I'm on my way to work. CJ is asleep on my couch. Travis is probably close to being back asleep in bed. And I am gonna go do that wonderful thing we call keeping a day job. I got a cold over the weekend, and Travis had been sick. It's not terrible. It's like all right here. A lot of sneezing, and to be real, sneezing is just annoying. I don't know, sneezing is like the human illness version of the end of Charlotte's Web, where the wind takes the babies. Charlotte's Webbing. The whole idea of like having to choose when an animal is no longer has a quality of life is one of the worst fucking things in the world. And I feel terrible and guilty, and I think I'll feel guilty forever. So that's exciting. I'm a big fan of that whole situation. You guys, my life is falling apart around me, and I don't know what to do with that. I have a mild cold, which was worse yesterday. It's a lot better today. Mr. Crowley's passing away on Thursday, which is great. I love that. That's my favorite thing I've ever done. And then I get a call from Travis that Laura got stuck in Vera, because Vera is actually a costume. And so she has these like straps that you can wear her. And Laura got stuck in the straps from Vera and knocked Mr. Crowley down onto the radiator and bit Travis really bad. And so I'm going home so that Travis can go to the damn vet. Well, Travis is going to the doctor. He doesn't see vets usually. I've had about enough of things just being wrong. Maybe once Mr. Crowley's time comes, everything will calm down and we'll have an easier life. But I wouldn't count my chickens on that one. Good morning, everybody. Alright. Whew, update. Holy shit, you guys. Alright. Let me preempt this with, this whole filming and talking to the camera thing is strangely cathartic. So, if you're ever watching and you think, why the fuck would somebody record this? That's why. Things have gotten bad in my life. Mr. Crowley is scheduled to be put down tomorrow. So this is my last day this week at work. We're gonna do nice stuff with him tomorrow. I'm not gonna talk about that because that's gonna make me cry. But it'll be lovely. Monday, CJ left my house around 11. She came to my office about 11:30 and said goodbye and said hello to, everybody in my office and goodbye to them. She left and I went back about my business. And then I got a message from Travis saying, can you call me? It's not about Crowley, don't worry. So, because I panic. I have really bad anxiety. I call him and he says, Laura got stuck in Vera. She got her, Vera used to be a costume, so there's straps that go over your arms, so you can carry her. And Laura got stuck in it, and in the process knocked Mr. Crowley off of the cat tree and dangled himself by his leg and his tail, caught in this thing. So Travis goes out there to get him and realizes he can't get him, so he gets him balanced so he's not hangling anymore, grabs scissors and cuts him out. While he's cutting him out, Laura, who is in a panic, bites Travis and breaks the skin. So Travis goes to the doctor. He tells me I come home so he can go to the doctor to share a car. And I come home and he gets into the doctor and, we're they're going to do antibiotics and whatnot. And he messages me from the doctor and says they did a bite report. So I look up the statute, which is what you do if you work in a law office. I'm not an attorney, but I work in a law office, so I get used to just looking up the statute. I see in it that they can confiscate the animal and quarantine them. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do that. So he messages me from the doctor and says that he had to fill out a bite report for the county and that everybody told him not to worry about it. I look at the statute, as one does, and it says they can quarantine him. And I'm like, what the fuck, guys? What the fuck? So I messaged Travis and say that might be a problem. He says everybody here says it won't be. So everybody at the doctor's office tells him it's no big deal if your cat's up to date on his shots. And of course he is. He's a brand new fucking cat. It's not like we've even had a chance for him to get behind on his shots. Because you don't bring a new cat into a house with a terminally ill cat who hasn't been seen by a vet and vets give fucking rabies shots, right? About 8:30, our doorbell rings. Travis and I are both supposed to be streaming. I'm not streaming because I just took the week off. Because I cry randomly now since I decided I was going to put Mr. Crowley down. And Travis's stream, which also starts at 8 p.m., they had someone who was having computer problems. She restarted and her computer updated. So she was waiting for the update to finish. There's a knock at the doorbell rings and there's a knock at the door. Well, I don't answer the door if it's dark out and I don't know who's there. If I'm not expecting someone or whatever, I just don't answer the door because I just don't fuck with it. We don't have lights in my neighborhood for shits and I just don't fuck with it. I was just going to ignore it, but because Travis wasn't in his meeting yet, he got up and ran out to the door and it's animal control. And the guy comes in. And Travis goes in back to look for the tag, and I say to him, what happens if he can't find the tag? And he says, I'll have to take the animal. And I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, yeah, it's, I have to take the animal and he'll have to be quarantined for 10 days. And I said, if we can find the paperwork, can we get him back? And he's like, I don't know, I'm checking on that right now. So, this guy's been an animal cop for a long time. Then he tells me, yeah, they say that, if you can get the proof, you can quarantine him at home as long as he's been vaccinated. But if he hasn't been vaccinated, he has to be quarantined professionally. And of course he's been vaccinated. So, after looking for a whole hour, dog cop forcibly takes my cat. Not really. I didn't have to fight him. Dog cops are, in fact, cops. And all cops are, say it with me, bastards. But I did have to fight the cat because the cat didn't want to get in this tiny little fucking carrier he brought. And I'm pretty upset about it, but it's not the end of the world. We're gonna get him in the morning. So Travis takes me to work yesterday, which is why I didn't record really yesterday. He goes to the vet to get the paperwork. And the vet made a mistake. And Lord was never vaccinated. They gave him everything else, and they were supposed to give him his rabies during his neutering, and they didn't. And here's the thing. This is a mistake. I, as a human, also make mistakes. So I'm not, mad at the vet. I'm frustrated with the situation, and I'd like to point out that I have owned cats my whole life, most of the time 2 to 4 cats at a time. And when I was a kid, we didn't get our cats vaccinated because they were only sort of not strays, or they were all the way inside cats, so we just didn't get them vaccinated. And I've literally never had anyone ask for rabies paperwork on cats. So because of their mistake, our vet is quarantining him at their office because any registered animal hospital can actually quarantine. He's at our animal hospital now instead of down at the fucking county animal shelter, which does make me feel better. This is the part where I start crying. He's not gonna see Mr. Crowley before Mr. Crowley dies. And that's really hard. I don't know. I'll tell you what though. I am really at the end of my stress abilities. So if anyone knows how to let the universe know that I can't take any more stress, they should definitely send out that memo ASAP. Morning, everybody. It is March 13th. I have to go take my boss's dog to the vet to get her stitches out. So, this weekend, I played video games all weekend. I didn't do anything useful. So, here's how my week went. Thursday, we hung out with Mr. Crowley. He had a whole ass rotisserie chicken. And then we let him go. I thought I'd be able to say that sentence without getting upset, but I can't. I got to put eyes on my little man in the hooskow, but he can't be touched because he's on a quarantine. Thursday night, it snowed, so we actually didn't get Sailor like we had talked about because it had snowed. So we went ahead and pushed that off till Friday just because there was not really a required reason. And we were doing surprisingly well with it because we had done all of the processing work leading up to him actually passing. It was surprisingly not as traumatic as I thought it was going to be. We did consider putting it off because of Lore being in the clink, but we didn't really think that Mr. Crowley would make it long enough. Like, we weren't sure he was going to make it to this Friday to be put down instead. So we just called it. So poor Zuckerbug is all alone at home and very sad. She's very lonely. She doesn't like being alone. But Laura will be home in 5 days. Unfortunately, Zuck doesn't actually speak any English, so she doesn't really understand that. So Thursday night, since there was nobody at my house and I was feeling kind of numb, so I went ahead and played Among Us with my friendos, but I didn't stream. Hey guys, I have to go get some coffee and then go to work. I'm freezing. Fucking freezing. I don't know why I'm so cold today. I was really cold yesterday too. I guess maybe I'm just ready to not be cold anymore. I'm ready for my cat to get out of the clink. I don't want my cat in the clink anymore. So last night, when I got home, I kind of hung out with Travis and then did my stream and then went to bed. It was pretty quick. I just didn't have it in me. It was my first day back to work after Mr. Crowley had passed. I did cry on and off. One of my work clients gave me a card and a gift card, which I thought was very sweet. If you know somebody who wants to just, like, I don't know, give money away, I'm accepting donations. Otherwise, I'll make another fucking video soon. Good morning, everybody. I'm on my way to work. I'm a little bit late. We had some nonsense last night. My neighbor, I don't know if they came in late or if she had a visitor late or what, but 2 a.m. there was like all of this pounding and stomping and all this shit, and it woke me up. And then come 3 a.m. they start to quiet down, but I'm still wide the fuck awake. So I ended up going and sleeping on the couch, and that does seem to have helped some, but like, goddamn. By the time I went on the couch, it was probably 3:30, maybe 4. So I did end up getting a little bit more sleep. Anyway, I'm gonna get the sky. Hello. Alright, well, it is Friday. I don't know what day of the month it is. I have no idea. 17, 18, somewhere in there. I'm on my way to work. It has been a horrible last couple days. Monday afternoon, my stomach started acting up at work. And I had eaten one meat taco. I don't usually eat meat. But once in a while I do. Once in a while I'll eat some chicken or whatever. I ate some various things over the winter. So I've had meat like probably 5 times in the last 6 months. It doesn't usually do much to me. It feels really heavy. Monday, I started feeling ill, and I was having problems I will not describe to you. And I told my boss, like, you know, just so you know, that I'm having these problems, and they could be something that, like, could result in me having to leave. And my boss was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was the meat, and my coworker doesn't eat meat either, and she's like, oh god, yeah, I've had 3 days of hell from it. But then it started to get worse, and my symptoms started to look less like meeting eat. Wow. Started to look less like eating meat was the reason for the issue. It actually started to look like I was having a gallbladder attack. However, I don't have a gallbladder. And there's a couple of options there on what could cause that. Time goes on and I start to realize that I don't think this is the meat. I couldn't fathom eating. I worked all day Monday. I finished my day out. Tuesday morning I went into work and I started to feel like I was being stabbed in the stomach alongside the symptoms that had not subsided from the night before. No, this started Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm in so much pain and I'm running up and down the hallway and I am just not well. So I tell my boss about noon-ish, like, I just can't. I can't do this anymore. This is terrible. I have to go home. Wednesday night I took my temperature and I had a fever, which I couldn't tell you the last time I had a fever. I don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure that I've ever had a fever in my adult life. I got it down to like under 100, but it was still high. I got up Thursday morning and took my temperature and started feeling the stabbing pains again, and I was like, no, this is not gonna work. This is absolutely not gonna work. So I called in again because my boss was out. So the first thing I ate, I had a grilled cheese at like 5 o'clock last night, and I let that sit until about 10, and then I had like 5 bites of mac and cheese, and now that's in the fridge at home, which I was supposed to bring with me, but I'll just have to eat it at home. So it has been a terrible ride for the last couple days, but I really need a video that ties this whole bigger video together, and I don't know how to do that. Things went so fast, from me just making videos to Mr. Crowley being put down and Lore being arrested, and then me being super ill. It's kind of hard to process what I haven't actually like explained yet, but I'll just do what I'm doing. It's fine. My mom gave me her old recliner, and my little brother brought it over yesterday when I was sick, and Zug has fallen in love. It is her favorite spot. She thinks it's the best. I am very happy that the Bug is enjoying her new recliner. I do not know how Lore is going to feel about Bug thinking she owns a recliner. I don't think Lore will think that Bug owns the recliner, regardless of what Zugbug thinks. So, cat drama.